Line types in technical drawing. In engineering drawings, different types of lines are used to accurately represent the details of various objects. There are several types of lines used in technical drawings. Now, let's examine them one by one. In technical drawing, lines of different types and thicknesses are used to represent the various features of objects. These lines are as follows: thick continuous line, thin continuous line, dashed line, thin long short chain line, thin chain line with thick ends at direction changes, freehand thin continuous line, and zigzag thin continuous line. Thick continuous line. This line is used to show the outer edges and visible outlines of the main views. In other words, it represents the boundaries of a part that can be seen by the eye. For example, in the drawing of a shaft, body, or hull, the outer surfaces, edges, or visible contours of the part are drawn using a thick continuous line. Thin continuous line. This line is generally used for dimensioning, extension, projection, and auxiliary lines. It is also commonly used for hatching in section views. For example, when indicating the dimensions of a part, the dimension lines and extension lines are drawn using this type of thin line. Although these lines are not as prominent as the main outlines, they are extremely important for conveying technical information accurately in the drawing. Dashed line. The dashed line is used to represent the hidden edges or invisible details of an object. It shows the features that cannot be seen directly because they are located inside or behind the part. For example, when a hole, groove, or recess lies behind a visible surface, these hidden details are indicated using dashed lines. This allows us to understand the complete geometry of the part, both from the outside and the inside. Thin long short chain line. This line is used to indicate the centers of circles, cylinders, and arcs. It is commonly known as the center line. These lines clearly show the positions of holes or rotational axes in a part. Thanks to the center lines, the alignment between assembly parts or the axes of rotation can be easily and accurately understood. Section plane line. This line is used to indicate the position of the cutting plane. In technical drawings, a section is taken to show the internal features of a part. To indicate the plane through which the section passes, chain lines with thick ends are used. Usually, the name of the section is written above this line, and arrows show the viewing direction. Thanks to this line, the person examining the drawing can easily understand from where the part has been cut to reveal its interior. Freehand or irregular boundary line. This type of line is used to show short sections or irregular boundaries. When we want to display only a specific part of an object without cutting the whole piece, we use short, wavy freehand lines to indicate that the part is broken off or the representation ends there. This line is also used to mark uneven, rough, or natural surfaces on the object. Zigzag line. This line is used to represent long sections. While a freehand line is sufficient for short sections, a zigzag line is preferred when only a part of a long object needs to be shown. For example, in the drawing of a shaft, pipe, or rod, instead of illustrating the entire length, only a specific portion of the part is drawn. The zigzag line in this case indicates that the remaining portion continues in the same shape and form.